little, we all went, got Easter clothes and Easter shoes. I remember Sylvia working at Cressley's, Cressley, whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
But your happiest ones, things that make you happy that you guys did together.
Sylvia used to make me miserable. I can tell you the things she did to me. Growing up together and looking out for one another, and she was the oldest, so she had like a second mother to us. And, I remember when we all went to the mountains together and we took a picture by the stream.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite picture of both of us. And I remember her lending me her wedding dress when I got married.
Mm-hmm.
And, ooh, snake.
Well, that's okay. It's a black racer. They eat rats. It's okay.
And how we used to fight who was going to do the dishes. I have a date with Philip.
Yeah.
I can't do the dishes, you know.
What about when she was older and your phone calls?
Or what?
Your phone calls with each other.
Phone calls. Oh, I called her almost every day, and she vented to me her problems and what was coming up in her life, and how she had to go to the doctors, and how lucky I was that I could still walk and she couldn't, and a whole bunch of stuff.
And then, what about,
I don't know that they'll let you talk.
Denise has already said it's okay. I'm writing it. So,
How she would be surely missed, because we talked almost every day, sometimes twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
And it was our time where we got our problems out and we discussed it, and she gave me good advice and I would give her good advice the best I could, and how she had those dinners and how enjoyable. I would love to go to her New Year's dinner and her family dinners that she had, that she invited me to, because I always was so glad to see her.
Yeah.
And I remember her coming out when the last Christmas that I was there, New Year's, and I had got her a beautiful white scarf, and I seen she had a picture of it in the
Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook with the scarf, and she said, "Oh, I'm so glad you bought this, because that wasn't the only thing I gave her. I gave her other things, but that's the thing she loved the most."
Mm-hmm.
And she wore it that day when we were all at the party, because all of them had pretty scarves on.
Yeah.
And she asked Philip to get the scarf because she wanted to wear it. And she was making me what was she making me? A scarf, knitted scarf, and she never did finish it.
Mm-hmm.
She kept saying her hands.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to miss her something terrible, because I lost Rosie. Rosie called me all the time, and then I used to get so mad because one day I was talking to her and she called me 17 times that day. I said, "Rosie, what is the matter with you? I'm bored. I'm this," and Sylvia would do the same. She would call me when she was down.
Yeah.
I could always tell when there was a problem, but by the sound of her voice.
Yeah.
And how good Philip was to her to keep her going all that time. All that time. He had his ways, Josh, but who's going to do that for so many years?
Yeah. Not many people can.
No.
And seems like she valued her family a lot too.
Yes, they were very close, and she loved all her children and all her grandchildren. And every time something happened, she would call me and, "What do you think?" And all that. And we talked. And I always feel better, friend. You always make me laugh when I talk to you.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's all I need.